Hello and welcome. Just getting my headset sorted. All right, what have we got? Like everything is everything's working. That's what we like. We don't like technical difficulties. So today, it's been a while. So for those who enjoy watching the art studio streams, thank you for coming back and checking me out, so to speak. I've got some new pan pastels, and if I can open it, how hard can it be to open up? Oh, there it is. Okay. Apparently, it's quite hard if you don't open it from the right spot. So let's see if you can see this. Let's just unwind that and we'll hold that up to the camera. This, my friends, is called Cerulean Blue. Cerulean Blue. And I bought 4 of them. So that'll be the goodness, words are hard. This is what we in pan pastel they used to call this pure. So that's the sort of starter. And then we'll have, oops, we need to open it. It's going to be one of those streams. Yeah. So this is so you start off with your pure. Pretty sure this is how it's working. Actually, I'm not sure which one. Pretty sure the darker one is the pure, and then it drops down a shade. You see that? So we drop down a shade, and we can go up a shade. So we'll get the extra dark. It is possible that it used to be. Oh, I keep opening these at the wrong spot. Yeah, normally when you read these, so this one here is, see if I can get that right up. Get it non-glare. This is turquoise. It's not going to, let's try that camera. Oh, that's no good either. Hopeless. This is turquoise, and this is the pure. And when they just say the name alone, that's normally the base color. And so this says cerulean blue, and I think this is the base, the pure. And then we go, there should be a shade or an extra, this is extra dark. There's probably another one after that. And then finally, I have a tint. The I wanted these because I've been doing quite a bit of water. So let's hold these up again. So this is it's the pure, and then that is the tint. So it's a shade down. It's probably a shade up here and then a dark. So I should probably go shade extra dark. But it is what it is. So I thought they'd make a nice watercolor because typically I'm using my turquoise and and give those a break for a little bit. So we'll see how this works out. Let's bring up the reference photo. There you go. This is what I'm going to try and do. Okay. We'll see how well that comes together. Just move you around a wee bit. There we go. Yeah. So I need to bring up that reference picture for myself as well. Let's see what I'm doing. Where have I stored it? To-dos, I think. There we go. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to have, let's get some darks. I've got a sneeze, excuse me. Oh dear, I am sorry. Oh dear, I am sorry. Bit of dust in the studio. Not pastel dust, but I've got a fan running, and whatever dust there is, it's throwing it back at me. What will we use? What will we use? Okay, start with some extra dark. Let's see what it, oh, I like it. That is lovely. I had cerulean blue in my stick pastels. Oh, that's nice. So Pan Pastels is now owned by a company called Golden. The original owners and inventors of Pan Pastel. They sold it this year. It's either this year or last year. And Golden's just starting to experiment with some new colours, which is nice to extend the range. They've dropped a few of the Pan Pastel colours, which I thought was a bit sad. But you can just add black or white to a Pan Pastel and get whatever shade you want. And I'm just on a light grey pastel matte on my surface this time. It's got a very light tooth on it, I notice as well. So I might not get as many layers on. I just started another painting. Oh, okay. I bring it round. I won't. No, I'll have it. We'll show it off another time. And it's a flower, and the tooth of pastel varies quite a lot. Not as consistent as you'd like them to be. Anyway, that one's a magenta, and it's very grabby. It's like painting on sandpaper. This is blending immediately, so it's good. So I just recently did a video on art productivity, and my goal for next year is to do 27 paintings. So I've said that now. So let's see if I can do it. So it's like one every 2 weeks. And with pastels, some people just knock them out really, really fast. Nothing wrong with that. You know, I looked at one today from the New Zealand Pastel Association, PANZ it's called, PANZ, Pastel Association New Zealand. I'm not a member, but I was looking at their website, and there was one painting there, and the detail was excruciating. Yeah, I could feel my fingers all sort of cramping up just looking at it. It's magnificent. Still life. The collection of items, the composition, the control that the artist had was spectacular. I am not in that space. Right now, I'm just trying to get back into a space of painting. The great thing about pan pastels is they can sort of free up your mark making, help you just get back into rhythm. I will, of course, get my turquoises in here as well. But to have I want an underlayer of this. I think it's a. How do I describe it? Is it a blue grey? Turquoise is blue grey. It's quite different from the phthalos, though. I don't know why my nose is running so much. It's springtime here in New Zealand, and the weather's been crazy, but it actually feels more like summer than spring at the moment. It's really stuffy, hot heat. So I think it's this desk fan I've got, so I don't pass out while I'm painting. It's making me sneeze as it blows all the dust into my face. And while we're going to have some of the fractions in this water, we don't need to worry about those just yet. We'll paint them in later. It's down to rolls into their shoulder. So we'll just get the silhouette going. That's the goal today. Once we've got our silhouette, we can sort of pick a spot. I might work on, what will I work on? Not sure whether to do her dress first. It's quite a complicated dress with lots of sparkling things happening. And scallops, which I'd quite like to achieve if I can. It was really nice actually on the arts trail, and I had quite a few people come and chat to me about who were artists, and they'd talk about what they were using. And I was surprised at how many were using pan pastels, but most were doing them for what I'm doing right now, which is the background, rather than painting the whole thing. Maybe that's a bit of a kicker. We'll see if we can. I don't really want to do another pastel pencil painting so quickly after the last two. So maybe we'll see how far we can get with the pan pastels. Be a nice exercise. So right now we're just getting some colour on. See if we can use this grey to our advantage later on. Maybe in the skin. Her dress. Not sure. I don't want to obscure his hair yet, but we'll end up putting some of this colour in his hair because they're under the water. That'll be acceptable. We can get a little bit. Leg. Okay. We want to get a rainbow effect coming up here as well. Let's just get a little bit of colour on here. Okay. Right. What do we got left to do? We got a little bit. Somewhere in there. Like little sky holes and trees. Did that, but with pencil though. A bit detailed. Gotta define her chin. Just get the main silhouette. On there. But I'm not sure whether it's the paper or the formula of this particular pan pastel, but it's very blendable, which is lovely. This shadow area is going to end up being violet. I'll just put some indications in myself where it's going to be. Add some layers later. Too high. think it's done. Starting to get there. Need to lift it up later to get this bottom bit. We'll leave that for now. Okay, so that was this is the extra dark cerulean blue is what I've been using. And quite often they look quite different. If you're looking at the pan and not against paper, they will look a lot darker than what they are. So let's go down a shade. Oh wow. That is cerulean. That's so blue. Gonna have to think very carefully about how I use that one. Put you in the danger zone. So a little cap on that one because that is just it's a real bright sky blue. Just a little too scary for me at the moment. 4. Bit of bright yellow. One of the things with pan pastels is that the more you use them, they go concave, and so you're left with just this little rim of pastel, which can be a bit annoying to try and get out. Because I like getting it on the edge of my applicator. back into um, back into turquoise. We still haven't needed to clean the applicator. What have we got? Looking for the right greens and blues. I don't want to go to green just yet, but I'm so tempted to. Let's go darker blue. What are you? Are you paints or phthalo? Yeah, we'll want an inky blue over here. I end up with some chromium green, extra dark. That shadows something a bit more royal. It's this one. This is ultra blue, ultramarine. What are you? You are your paints grey. What do you look like? Yeah, a bit black. Didn't have that. Okay. The darkness. That darkness is flowing down from up here. It's just sort of dripping to the background. Let's get phthalo. we're going to get some greens in here, so it'll, because it's very easy for the brain to sort of say, oh yeah, water's blue, so we'll just have blues. And while I'm going for shades of blue in here, I want to get that more aqua. Aqua. That's funny, isn't it? Of course it's aqua. Let's do that. We have a different. I'll just flip it around. Do green on the other side of my wedge. Here we go. Coming down as lights from here. She's got a beautiful rainbow sort of coming across here. I'll try and capture that later on. So water I've found, the sort of pool water that they're swimming in, just takes a bunch of layers to get going. And if you don't panic, it's very easy to panic when you're painting. You go, oh, that's not what I wanted. Don't panic. Just keep going, and it will appear. Good old turquoise. Where would I be without you? This sort of inky feel going. And remember that the thing with pan pastels is they're very light layer. You're easily going to be able to come back in with other other pastels on top. And get the colours and tones that you want. But for now, we're just trying to get a nice sort of greeny blue sense of what's going on in the water. So that was that one. What's you? Phthalo green extra dark. You are. Okay. Where are we at? We want some dark. Actually, hold on to that. Got some darkness up here. What else we got? We can use phthalo blue. Right. I think we're getting to a stage where I need some water and probably something to go with it. But we'll get a little bit of go. It's not just stopped just yet. Some extra dark violet. Ooh. Get some of that. Blue violet. The darkness. Go, we're off to a cracking start. All right. So there we go. Haven't done any painting for a month. And I don't know about you, but if you're an artist and you're watching this, whether you also get that when you haven't done it for a while, just switch straight into imposter syndrome all over again and go, I don't know if I know how to do this. And yet I look at paintings around me and I go, well, obviously I did know how to do it. So I just start and surely it'll happen. It's quite nice and light. We're getting already. I mean, I shouldn't be overworking the background. But I did want to try out my new cerulean blue. And what did I learn? I learned that the base color of cerulean blue is absolutely wow. You want that on a midday sky, full sun. That'll be the type of blue for that sky. But the water, not so much. It was just a bit too in my face. But the the extra dark, that's excellent. I totally recommend adding that to your palette if you are looking for if you're looking for a new colour to add to your pan pastel collection, then extra dark cerulean blue. That's a total recommendation from me, and they're not even paying me to say that. Oh yeah, so just looking at it on the screen, we're underway. And you can see the silhouette of the couple. So let me bring up the reference photo again. This is what I'm trying to get to. And it'll be a lot lighter, obviously, with pan pastels and pastels than photography. Photography gets a huge amount of contrast, and which is an actual reality. Your eyes will pick up a lot of stuff that the camera won't. This is a painting as well, so it can look how I want it to. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, and for those watching on the replay, really appreciate you doing that as well. But for now, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the studio again sometime.